Hey, my name's Izzy. This is Rolling Virtual Cards coming at you with another Commander ratings video. This time we're talking Krenko Mob Boss. 2 and 2 red for a 3/3 legendary creature Goblin Warrior. Tap, created X 1/1 Goblin, red Goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control. Again, this is once just showing you people really like tribal. They do. And this is right up there with that tribal effects. We just had vampires with Edgar, and we had dragons with the Dragon. So let's get into it. Categories again: commander cost, how much they cost to cast, how easy it is, how hard it is. Color identity, simple, just how many colors is in the deck. Protection, can it be hurt? Can you get it back easily? Interaction, can it do anything to your opponents? Mana advantage, can it give you mana? Card advantage, can it give you cards? Combo, does it have combos? And engine, are there any engines that just kind of make the deck go off and keep going? And lastly, will it TTRPG? Let's find out. First off, commander cost. Here, simply put, this is a 3. It costs 4 mana, but it's only one color, so it's not going to lose any points. So you're just looking at like a nice little 3. It's not hard to cast. It's not super easy to cast. But 3 is nothing to scoff at. Decent choice here for being difficult to cast or not. Color identity gets 1 point. It's just mono red. You're not getting anything extra here. You're just seeing that little red there, and that's fine. Red is a good color. I mean, it's the second worst out of the pie, especially in Commander. Well, talking Commander-wise. Because it doesn't have a lot of the things other cards do, or the other colors do. But it isn't bad. It does do what it needs to. Which is be fast. And Krenko is really good at being fast. Protection, there is no protection here. Krenko doesn't protect himself. He doesn't care. He just wants to make friends. Interaction, you're not interacting with your opponent. Krenko's too focused on his friends. Mana advantage, he's not all about that wealth. Krenko's friends, or Krenko's treasure, is the friends that he met along the way. Card advantage. Again, I have recently discovered that I think tokens are card advantage, right? In some way, shape, or form, it is some card given to you. So I'm giving it a point. It makes tokens. So its card advantage is its friends. Combo. This is where Krenko gets good. It has 2 card combos. Krenko itself plus Prospector plus anything that gives them haste is going to give you that combo, okay? So at this point, yeah, it's not doing great. It doesn't do a lot of that stuff, but why is it so popular? Well, that's where combos come in, okay? At 4, you really do get a decent combo here, okay? There are already goblins that you're going to be running that work with Krenko. Most of the ramp one or the haste things you're running are good anyway, because even without Skirk Prospector, you're gonna be wanting to give all these friends of yours haste. So you're running these Goblin War Chiefs and other things because, oh yeah, goblins cost 1 less, goblins have haste, cool. There's a lot of like accidental haste synergy. As a Skirk Prospector comes in and goes, oh, you have a lot of goblins off Krenko? Let's do it again. And then sacrifice Krenko to it and keep making more, and then you all of a sudden have infinite mana. And since you have haste, you're making infinite goblins. So eventually the levels level out to where you make infinite tokens and win. And it's just kind of like an accidental win con there. You're just like, yeah, these are all good cards anyways. They're just goblins. So they're my goblin deck. And then you make combos. But engines is fun. So you've got 3 types of engines in Krenko, and they're 1 card engine, so you're getting 5 points here. So stuff like 1,000 Year Elixir, which just untaps Krenko, is an engine. Being able to use this effect twice each rotation is great. Next is stuff like Impact Tremors. This is going to turn his friends into violent electricity or like damage to your opponents. So like, oh, I make 5 goblins. Well, that's 5 damage to each of your opponents, which is pretty good. And lastly is something like Skull Clamp, and that's great too, because Skull Clamp is just going to take these little tokens you're making and say, hey, you're a great friend, but I need to find more friends. So let's use this to find more important friends. But those are just great cards you put in decks like this to give you that engine. And again, when we're talking Commander, some of these things are more important than others to make them popular. And the thing that makes things popular, if you've been looking at the last 3 Commanders I've done, are engines. If you have a 5 engine, you're going to be a popular commander. Especially if there's a lot of cards that do it. Being able to just have one card, just go, yeah, let me just do stuff with my commander, is good. Doing stuff with them is fun. That's the whole point. Combos are good. Because as much as some people go, I'm against combos, there's just as many people who go, I love when my commander can combo off and win. With 1 or 2 cards. Okay? So, even though we're not seeing and haven't really seen a lot of that card advantage commanders, with, like the exception, I guess, Dragon had good card advantage. There's not a lot of good mana advantage commanders yet. Dragon had a little bit. None of them are interactive, which is probably one of the lower cards on the list. Protection, you're not seeing that here. And a lot of people don't understand that protection is very useful. But the reason why protection is slacked on is because there's a lot of cards that can protect them. If your commander is very important, you're going to run a few cards to protect them anyway. Color identity. This is the surprising one. This card is 4th most popular on EDH Rec, and it's only got 1 color. People really like goblins, and this is the best goblin deck for the commander. And cost, yeah. It's cost people just don't seem to care about. In line, though, I mean, we've had 2 4-drops, although one of them is expensive, but the color identity beats the fact that it's a 4-drop with 4 different pips. And the other 2 have an ability that makes it so you don't matter. So, but that's the thing, okay? Krenko is interesting here because it still falls under the 2 main things. It has combos that are just synergistic with its energies, or energies with its engines. And so, a 5 on the engine, just like the last guys, really help push commanders to that popularity, to that playability. When you look at a commander and go, is this playable? Look to see if there's any 1 or 2 card engines. Mainly 1 card engines, but 2 can be okay. And look to see if there's any combos that just happen to be within its ideology of what you're trying to do, right? Like if it's a 1-1, if like with Krenko, it's a goblin commander. Oh, there's goblins that I can run that already trigger its effect, but also combo with it. Oh, there's cards that just work in this type of deck that just can go in there. Even without Krenko, there can be some usefulness here. So, overall engine is probably the most important thing in a commander. But later down the line, when we get to a little less popular commanders, you're going to see some fun, interesting changes up. But let's ask the main question. Will it TTRPG? I know that's why you're all here. It's why I put it at the end of the video. Story. Flight. The story, the fight, and the class. Let's bring up that picture of Krenko one more time. Here's Krenko, mob boss, right? Look at him. He's a mob boss. He's in control. You're on the streets. Now, we already have Ravnica as a plane. If you want to run this on there in D&D, go ahead. Make Krenko the main villain of like an early stat where you have to go up against him and stop him from causing crimes. And have him keep coming back as the other versions of Krenko if you really want to, right? But if you want to make this like a big bad in a story, okay? Low-level street story, okay? Doesn't have to be Ravnica. Set it just in a big city in any tabletop you're playing, right? And just have goblins attacking constantly, right? You can start it off by just almost like not, I wouldn't go to the level, I mean, depending on how your TTRPG group is, have it start up similar to like Goblin Slayer, where it's like the goblins are ruthless, evil, not good people. And Krenko is their boss. And he is a mob boss. And he has friends. Lots of friends. And the more friends he has, the more friends he gets. He's not fighting you. He's got friends to fight you. He's there. You go to get to him, and he's just like, I got a buddy. Fight him first. And if you don't beat him, he's got a second buddy. And actually, 2. 2 second buddies. And he's just going to slowly come out each turn, more and more goblins. And he's going to escape as you're fighting all these other goblins. Okay? Because friends do stuff for friends. And he gives them money and places to live, and they protect him. Okay? And if you fight him in his lair, and you hunting him down trying to stop these goblins, but you have to stop Krenko. Because Krenko is the guy that's keeping them all together. So you get to Krenko's lair, and there's 10 goblins there. Like, that's not a lot. And Krenko just, like, snaps his fingers, and 10 more goblins, or 11 actually. 11 more goblins appear out of nowhere, and you're like, this is going to be problematic. So whereas, like, there might have been epic quests with some of the other ones, and, like, a rounding story of, like, epic proportions. This is just what happens if goblins are left unchecked in this city. Everyone has to do what they say, because there's just too many of them. And so you have to just slowly protect the city from the goblins while also trying to stop them. So you have, like, almost like if you're part of the city, because I've done something like this before. If you really want to push this, have everyone make people who are part of the city, like they have big jobs there, captain of the guard, professor at a college, owner of, like, a well-defined establishment, and you're working together to find Krenko, while also controlling the areas of them, having your units defend the town from these goblins, giving you a really good feel of, like, a strategy game, but still having that interlocked of, like, the main adventure with your main characters. So that's what I would do. And having the final fight really just be like, Krenko's not that hard to beat. He just comes with a lot of friends. And that's what's hard to beat. So, yeah. Overall, I think Krenko definitely would TTRPG. And, yeah, I like him as a commander. And you definitely will see him a lot. So, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know who your favorite goblin is. Peace.